You were listening to chartingwealth.com for Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2017. We see that stocks are up for the day, both the S&P 500 just a little up, 0.05%. And we see that the Qs, the NASDAQ 100 up just a little over 1/4%. We see that TLT, the 20-year bond fund, is up 0.06%, and gold down. It's the only downer for the day, 0.21%. Let's jump into what we see going on in the S&P. We continue to see the S&P hold somewhere around, it's been here going on 3 weeks now, folks, around 247 or so. And again, just sort of sliding sideways as far as the topping goes. Still, we see the green wicks on the top of our green open boxes. We are still waiting to see if the price percent oscillator will cross over. That's been going on for about 3 weeks. It hasn't crossed over going up yet. Derivative oscillators continuing to gain energy. As we delve into the 2-day chart, we can see it crossed over going up back on the 2-day candle ending on the 18th of July and has really topped out since about the 26th and just keeps sliding sideways. And again, we have a confirmed crossover going up on the 2-day, but the weekly's still down, and the derivative oscillator's losing energy on the 2-day. Now quickly to the 4-hour. What's going on? Look at that. It's just sliding sideways, tending down. The 4 hours actually crossed over going down. Now it's losing downward momentum on the derivative oscillator. It's flat as far as the price percent oscillator goes. This market is trying its best to stay up, but is having a hard time. We have no trade on the S&P right now. Let's look at the Qs. That's the NASDAQ 100. What's going on there? It too has topped out somewhere around about 144, right in there for the last 3 weeks. Confirmed down move on the weekly. And as we look at the 2-day chart, what do we see there? Well, it's moving closer to a crossover going down, and the derivative oscillator as well as the PPO losing energy. And we look at the 4-hour chart, and what do we see? Sliding sideways, crossed over going down all the way back on the afternoon of the 25th, Tuesday the 25th of July. So folks, when we look at what's going on, could the market move higher? Of course. What's it tending to do right now? Stay down, move down. It is, again, if anybody tells you, oh, the market just keeps bumping up higher, really? No, the market bumped up to about its highest, last week, but it's really stayed right around on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, around 144, and on the S&P 500, somewhere around 247. So again, we'll just continue to watch. If and when this market does roll over, the weekly's poised to capture that, so we'll continue to watch. Can it keep going higher? Well, sure. The central bankers, the plunge protection team, the International Monetary Fund, the people on Wall Street that want to see the market continue to go higher, it sure can. That's why we trend follow, folks. We don't forecast. Okay, moving on. What's going on with the 20-year bond fund? Up a little bit for the day. Remember what we said over the last few days? Bonds tend to be inversely related to stocks. When stocks go down, bonds go up. Well, bonds were up a little bit for the day. Bonds have been sliding sideways. Why? And they're still in a confirmed up move. They have been since February on the weekly chart. Why are bonds sliding sideways? Because they're waiting to see what the market's going to do. If the stock market bounds up again, you can expect bonds to move down. If the market moves down, you can expect bonds to continue on their up move. 2-day chart, bonds are still in a confirmed down move on that 2-day chart, confirmed up move on the weekly, and it does appear that the downward momentum's losing energy. And again, we're flat on the PPO, the derivative oscillator's losing that energy. It looks like it's getting ready to cross over into the green. Like we said, a little bit of an up day on Tuesday. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, what do we see? Well, of course, it crossed over going up on the morning of Monday, the 1st of August. So we will just continue to keep, Tuesday, the 1st of August. We'll just continue to keep our eyes on what's going on, and if and when a trade, well, at some point a trade will appear, but when the next trade appears, we will let you know. What's going on with gold? Well, gold has now, it looks like it's becoming more of a certainty that it is going to be a crossover going up by the end of the week. We'll have a weekly vertical crossover on gold. Gold was down for the day about 0.25%. And when we hone into that 2-day chart, we can see that gold had gone up 3, 6, 7, 8. It had gone up literally 16 days. Now that's over 3 weeks of market movement. And of course, as we continue to watch what's going on the trend line, trying to redraw that trend line a little bit, we're starting to violate that at this point with that down movement. But again, that's just the first day of the latest 2-day candle. We'll see what happens to gold on the morrow. And again, we have sort of a flattening of that up move as far as the derivative oscillator goes. Price percent oscillator is not moving up nearly as fast. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. What do we see going on there? Gold crossed over, going down at the end of the day. Now remember what we've been telling you about this 4-hour chart and how prescient it has been. I hope that those of you who see that will pay close attention. If you've been in a gold move since it started moving up around 116, that now that it's up around 120.66, watch how this market opens up in the morning. And again, after 10:30, if it's continuing to move down, you may very well, if you're still in on a virtual trade, pull that, wait for the 4-hour chart to cross back over. Again, keep your eye on this in the morning. If the market bounds up and it pulls away from this crossover, well then of course don't get out. But if the market keeps moving down, at least when that next candle closes at noon, you might want to look at getting out if you've been using that 4-hour chart as your primary, your total trading chart, which we talk about all the time here. Folks, that's it for the show for today. We appreciate you being with us. You have questions, problems, concerns, we're glad to hear from you. Just write us cw@chartingwealth.com if you're not already signed up for our daily market review. What are you waiting for? That's where all the bonuses are, and it's free. You get our How to Read a Stock Chart video, the layout we use at freestockcharts.com. The operative word there is free. In addition, you get the PDF files for our trade worksheet, daily market worksheet, weekly market worksheet, and at the website chartingwealth.com we have trainings on how to use all 3 of those worksheets. That's the only way you really learn anything, is to listen to this program, fill out 10 minutes a day as you listen, that daily market worksheet during the week, and on the weekend you fill out the weekly market worksheet. You do it while you listen to the program. And then every time you conduct a trade where we start telling you there's a practice trade coming up, you keep notes on that. That is how you supercharge your training and become a charting master. What's it worth to you? Potentially millions. If you can figure this out, it ain't that hard, my friends, but it does take one thing. That is practice. The same way you get to Carnegie Hall. Practice. And it takes 10 minutes a day, every day the market's open. If you're going to do this half-assed, don't do it at all. If you're serious, do it the right way. It will pay you incredible dividends. I can't tell you anything else you could do other than work hard in a current job that you're skilled at in order to earn money, so that when you figure this out, you have something to actually put in there and grow. But again, we're not a stock calling service. We're not giving market advice. We're an education firm. We want you to learn what we do, figure it out, add your own knowledge to it, your own skill set, your own art. And once you figure this out and get good at it, then and only then can you take the knowledge you've amassed and the skill set you've built and turn that into millions. God bless, my friends. All the best from your friends here at chartingwealth.com.